just gonna hit stop and not lower the volume gradually because this is Melzworld Live, and I'm your host Ramel Otis, and happy May 8th. Now, yesterday was May 7th, and that was my anniversary. 5/7. I literally did the show yesterday, and I said today is April 7th, 2025, and or May 7th. It completely blew right past the idea that it was my anniversary. I think I've forgotten it multiple times, and my wife gave me a ton of shit for it. But we typically don't do anything on our anniversary. We acknowledge it. But she got me, and there you go. So, welcome to Melzworld Live. Today's Thursday. Feels like a Friday. Just a wild week of recovering. It's like I feel like we're always recovering from something. And today was the day that we were recovering. Yesterday was the day that my wife went to a field trip with our son, but she's been sick. I feel like she's been sick since Monday. She got sick-ish Sunday, but she really was sick on Monday, and she had to take, kind of Sudafed to get her through Tuesday and Monday, and then again Wednesday. So today she gets to rest, which I think is the best thing you can give somebody who's pushed it past her limits during the time that they were actually sick. And she's probably still sick. I don't even know if she's on the mend. I don't know if the body heals. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. Let's see if my YouTube is actually starting. Well, yeah, everything here is, there you go. Everything's going. That's really interesting. I think I had these just on. Oh, there's that. That's running. All right, and let's do this one for good sake. I'm checking all the different stream backups to see if they're actually going. But I got the notification. There you go. Okay, so everything's good. So let's go ahead and dive right back. Hey, Kitas, how you doing, man? It's are you heading out in a couple days? You doing good? Did you get all the stuff filled out like I asked you to? I hope you got everything filled out. Let's see. Get this. Okay. Anyways, oh, okay. All right, no worries. Well, like I said, make sure that you take care of that because it is just. Oh, are you being to fill out your application, or are you? Oh, that's just that's a rough situation. Can't you Wi-Fi call? Like connect to the Wi-Fi and then use that to make your phone call, or you go to a place that has Wi-Fi, somewhere. Then you can do. Anyways, I'm not here to bug you about it, but I hope you're able to get that taken care of because it will definitely help you. So, all right. Anyways, so yeah, we're just trying to get resituated on all the things that we were working on. So let me kind of make an update for what happened yesterday. So the big thing about yesterday is I checked out the venue. So I just to bring everything up to speed, the goal is there's a good opportunity to bring a concert here to San Diego. And it's a concert that can hit multiple fandoms. It'll touch nerdcore, it'll touch furries, it'll touch bronies. And the biggest challenge is getting a venue. And I think once you solidify the venue, everything else kind of grows out of that, right? It's the foundation, and then you build on top of that to have the event. So yesterday I went to this place called the Soap Factory in Chula Vista, and it is a solid venue. Fits 2,500 people. Has different sections. There's a indoor pavilion or like an under roof pavilion that is offering 600 attendees. standing room, and then there's a lot area where we can put vendors. They can fit up to 60 vendors, basically. And then there's food. So they have a pizza stand, a taco stand, and then there's a cash bar. So there's plenty of room for porta potties. There's this lounge area that I thought was really chill. So we have all of these elements, and the whole facility for the whole day, $6,500, which is both not cheap, but when you think about like the renting of a entire like theater, it's not as expensive, because I believe a theater up in San Francisco was like $15,000. This is less than half of that, right? Less than half of that. And I think that's a reasonable goal, especially if we can put out vendors. If we can put out vendors at a premium price and then pack those vendors in, that alone would not only pay for the venue, but it would also pay towards AV and all the other things. And then on top of that, you get ticket pricing. So yesterday I visited the Soap Factory, got to see the location, got to meet with the event specialist, and I was really impressed. I thought this was great. I took a lot of video. I'll be putting that video up for review for Garnica, and then yeah, we're going to be getting the proposal. The proposal should include all the optional things like the cost of hiring security, vendor tables, I'm assuming cleanup. You know, there's going to be all these things. They're going to offer obviously an AV budget, and then we're going to just kind of look at it, review it. I'm going to have Garnica come down to San Diego probably next week to take a look at the Soap Factory once we get the proposal. And then, you know, once he does the tour, then I think we get started, right? We then put a hold on a date. I think he wants Halloween if possible, which would be ideal for a furry concert, because then the costumes aren't outlandish, right? Wearing a fursuit doesn't seem weird, especially on Halloween day, or at least Halloween weekend. So, you know, if we have it on Halloween, it then becomes the thing to do in San Diego, the party to go to. And then by limiting it to 600 tickets plus 100 overflow, you're essentially making the event limited quantity, right? So by having it as a limited quantity, you increase the potential desire to attend, right? And then if we can get big musicians, right? If we can get ourselves a Living Tombstone, a Silverhound, a Violet Pony, and then I think Kevin has plans on bringing other big names from the furry community. We grab some big names from the Brony community, and then we fill the rest with people like Garnica and Chi-Chi and musicians who we both like and respect and believe that can run a good show. Changeling, Kevin Garnica. Kevin is Garnica. Garnica's his last name, but then he put a K instead of a C, so it sounds more Skrillexy. So anyways, yeah, we then bring on Pinkaboo from Naham. So if Pinky's the music coordinator and Garnica is marketing and the co-founder, then I'll just be the founder and the primary organizer, right, of the entire event. Then we can really get the ball moving. We can start rolling. But technically, potentially, by making this event exclusive, by selling tickets, by jamming it with a tremendous amount of vendors, we could make this a pretty big event. I believe this could sell out. And then if it sells out, then every musician who wasn't hired to play could get some revenue share. Every volunteer artist that helps volunteer to make merchandise, and if we sell the merch table out, they can get a percentage of that merch table profit. This could be a profitable event where everyone walks away and makes money. And then if we make this an annual event, then it becomes amazing. So right now, There's a lot of ideas for names, and I'm not gonna finalize anything. But the idea is to bring worlds of fandoms together. So one of the ideas is called Worlds. Another idea is just calling it Fandom. Um, because two out of the three nerd groups are animal based. Another thing is calling it the barn or calling it, the zoo. I know Kevin's Kevin thought it'd be funny to call it the Rainbow Factory because it's called the Soap Factory, and the Rainbow Factory would just kind of be all the colors. But if you are, kind of a deep lore brony, you'll connect Rainbow Factory to something incredibly grimdark. And that was one of the concerns he had about creating that, was potentially having people think that it's related to that. But it is Halloween, so once again, Rainbow Factory might be appropriate for that night. Anyways, so yesterday was a really good day when it came to, touring the facility, understanding the venue, and let's see what the proposal looks like. I feel like that's kind of going to be what. So there is one caveat, right? There's one issue, and the one issue that we think is a problem is the sound ordinance. So the sound ordinance cuts off at 10 p.m. And for a concert, I don't know if you want to end a concert at 10. Otherwise, it just feels like the night's still young. But if it's a full day concert, right, if it's like a music festival, 1 to 10 isn't the worst, right? It's just 9 hours of music solidly, ending with your last 3 hours being those, kind of giant angry musicians. Anyways, so that's kind of the update. The update is that was what I was able to accomplish yesterday. So yeah, let's go ahead and go through the updates, and let's just kick it off for today. Let's see. Yep, I gotta clean my room today, man. It's been weeks. The what you see with the colors and the lights, it's all distracting. There's just piles of things that I need to go through, and one thing I learned is that this is what I learned early in a high school or junior high school. When I had a teacher that said, if your room is clean, then your life is clean, right? If you're in a place where there's chaos and mess and everything, it is a reflection of what the rest of your kind of daily life is going to look like. So if I can just clean this shit, if I can organize it, if I can put everything away, I think it would give me a feeling of the ability to just do more, be more productive, right? So that's the thing. I got to clean. Have to clean my house. God damn it. Or my room. Health. We're going to ignore health for right now. We're just going to move right past health. But I think it's good to know that if I only worked out twice a week at 30 minutes, that would still be good for the human body, and I wouldn't be slowly deteriorating into nothing, right? Which of course at my age is just going to happen. People are just going to start, just falling apart. Okay, so I do really need to work on creating a video resume. I have applied for jobs. I will continue to apply for jobs. But, getting that video resume is going to be really important. All right, so yesterday we did improv, which was great. A lot of fun. That was another thing that, I really appreciate doing is doing improv every 2 weeks. We didn't do any sketch stuff because we were resetting since the writers' meeting. We're going to have a 2-week window to do more sketches. I have the collaboration stuff I really do need to do some writing. It's really easy to get paralyzed when you have a lot of things that you want to do, right? I think it's I forgot there's a term for it, but when you have a lot of options and then you don't know what to do and you end up just watching YouTube, it's kind of like a form of paralysis, right? You just have option paralysis is the word I'm going to use. I'm sure it's not the right word, but the idea that I have so many different projects that I could be doing that you end up not doing any of them, and then you just lose your day. So that's definitely what I don't want to do, right? I think if I focus on cleaning, that's the good first thing to do. And then once I'm done with cleaning, I can kind of reset, sit back down and go, okay, well, there's a bunch of different projects that I could be working on, and not the dopamine hit that is YouTube. One thing that I thought was really fascinating, and I think I've said this before, if you work in the content creation circle, it's kind of like working as a bartender, but you're allowed to drink the alcohol while you make the drinks. Because when you're a content creator, you have to use YouTube to make, find references, to find clips or whatever. And so what ends up happening is you just keep dipping into the dopamine factory in order to get the stuff that you need to get out of the dopamine factory to create something to put other people on the dopamine factory. So for me, it's when I was doing full content creation, I would just get lost down rabbit holes because I would look for a clip, but the clip search would also return results that I was interested in, and then I'd follow those results, and then before I knew it, the day's gone. So one thing to note is when you do stuff like content creation, you will notice that you tend to slip into rabbit holes because there are people that are better than you making content that is more alluring. Yep, that's right. It's a never-ending grind, and it requires a tremendous amount of both time and discipline. I mean, the less time you have, the more discipline you need, and it's kind of goes up and down. Anyways, so that's that. I have a lot to do. And I think starting with cleaning is the first thing. But I think if I can put a goal for myself, I would like to clean the room. I would then like to finish the video resume, or at least polish it as far as the script is concerned. And then I think it would also be upload the footage that I got from the soap factory so that Garnica can review it. If I can do those things, I'll be happy. So let me just put a note. Let's do this. Let's make sure we put notes because I want to just make sure we have it. Number one. Okay, so notes 4, 5, 8, 25. Clean. All right, so once I clean, I said I was going to upload video, upload soap factory video. Great. And then after uploading the soap factory video, I need to apply, or at least apply for a couple more jobs. Always got to do that, and then I want to do one more thing. Refine the job video resume. Okay, that's it. Those are the 4 things I would like to accomplish today. I can do more, but if I at the very least do these 4, then I have something done. And I encourage everyone who also have a lot of things to do to just pick things on a list and just focus until they're done. I think that's a good way to look at things. Anyways, okay, so that's everything. I appreciate it. Kitas, I know your road is rocky, and I know that you hit obstructions, but keep pushing. Okay, I mean, just think about the things you can do towards getting to your, whatever the solution is. Put some items on the table, knock them out, and I truly believe you'll get there. But you got to keep making steps towards it. There's money out there for you. Get it. Go get that money. I believe it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for listening to the stream. We'll catch you tomorrow. And once again, 8:30 to 8:40, 8:50, 9 o'clock, depending on what I'm ranting on. I haven't watched Andor, which is probably why I haven't ranted, but I keep seeing screenshots because Andor is a mine. It's a wealthy mine of content, and I just keep seeing things pop up, and I'm trying not to get spoiled, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job, but we'll find out. But yes, everyone have a fantastic Thursday. Enjoy it, and I will see you Friday the 9th. This is Melzworld Live. I'm Ramel, And here I am playing the music. Thanks again. Have a great day.